Hey, what's happening? How are you? Higdon here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Happy Tuesday. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Hope you're just rocking and rolling. Super cool, super cool. All right, so today I'm going to share with you my number one favorite way of recruiting. And this is something, I'm even going to share with you some steps on how you can do it. And we're going to have some fun, I promise you. Okay, awesome. And so before we get started, let me know where you're calling in from. So feel free to drop me a note. We got Facebook. Let's see, I'm getting confused. I got three phones rocking. We got Facebook over here. So if you have some people in your team, or you have people you're connected to that maybe want to improve their recruiting for 2017, then feel free to tag them. Feel free to share this. Let's have some fun, I promise you. And we'll go a few minutes here, and I'm going to share with you some things that I hope that will help you out. I really think they will. So first of all, let me know where you're calling in from. I see Vancouver. I see UK. I see Houston, Texas. I see Niagara Falls. Awesome. I see Orlando. Awesome. You're coming to Orlando. Very nice. Indianapolis, England, Cape Cod, Sweden. Nice. UK, New York, London, Farmersville, Massachusetts, Port Jervis, New York, Minnesota, Belgium, San Antonio, Nepal. This is crazy. This is awesome. We got people from all over the world. So very, very cool. So, all right. So my favorite way of recruiting, and feel free, if I say something that you really resonate with, feel free to type it in. Give me a yay or something like that. So my favorite way of recruiting, and I've recruited people through a lot of different ways. I've recruited people by putting marketing drop cards in books at the Barnes & Noble, which is a bookstore here in the U.S. and maybe worldwide, I don't know. And I've had people reach out to me. I've recruited people from having a decal on my back window. I've recruited people at bars, at restaurants, networking meetings. Trying to think of some weird ones. I recruited people from leaving brochures in doctors' offices. I've recruited people from leaving flyers in the first class airplane seats, right? In the front of the seats, right? So I just always thought it was a captive audience, right? They can't go anywhere, so why not leave a little thing? So there's a lot of different ways to recruit. I've obviously recruited my warm market through different methods, and I'm a big fan of warm market, but we also teach cold market as well. My favorite way of recruiting, to categorize it, is through marketing. Is by marketing content that is my content, and generating a lead, generating someone that says, hey, reach out to me. So if I had my pick, seriously, of warm market, even if I had my pick of warm market, or walking up to a stranger, or going to a networking meeting and following up with them, if I had my pick of any way to build a network marketing business, my favorite way, not that I wouldn't do those other ways, but my favorite way is through marketing, is to create educational content to get people reaching out to me. That's my favorite way. I want to come across as an educator. I want to come across as someone who provides value. I want to come across that I want to create a way so that when I follow up with them, they're excited to talk to me. And that's what we did. So for those that may not know, my wife and I's history, back in 2009, dead broke, personal foreclosure. I had lost it all in the real estate, when the real estate market crashed, because I was in real estate. And from there, got introduced to a network marketing company, decided to really go after it, and we combined online and offline strategies. We combined prospecting and marketing to become the number one income earners in that company, generate over $1 million in commissions, built up to $50,000 a month, income in that company, and worked hard, but of all the different ways, and we've recruited, I don't know the number, my guess would be we probably recruited close to 1,000 people over that span of time, and it worked out. But of all the different ways, marketing was always my favorite, because if I got on the phone and someone said, "Oh, thank you for calling me," it was just way cooler. than trying to, convince a stranger or whatever. Now, believe me, we teach cold market prospecting, we teach reaching out to your warm market as well. So I love all those different ways. But if I had to pick one, if my hands were tied and I had to pick one, I would pick marketing. And I love teaching people how to create educational content to get people reaching out to them. So I'm going to give you some steps. Okay, this isn't just about, here's what I like, right? So let me give you some steps. So first of all, and you may want to write these down because I am going to share some, some details here. All right, so number one, pick what it is that you want to become an authority of. And I know maybe right now you're like, Ray, I'm like, struggling financially. I don't have results. I'm at no rank. I'm a 0-figure earner. What are you talking about? Pick who I want to become the authority of. Well, when I was in foreclosure, right, when I was dead broke being chased by book collectors, I still decided on what do I want to become an authority of? And I went into the, the network marketing training space. Now, one thing that not everyone knows is you don't have to market network marketing to grow a network marketing business, okay? You just don't have to. We have people that we've taught that all they talk about is skincare, all they talk about is weight loss, all they talk about is health and wellness, all they talk about is travel, and they are growing their network marketing business. You have to decide what do you want to become the authority of, because that will dictate who do you want to attract and how do you structure out what you talk about, right? This is a very preliminary step here. Who do you want to become the authority of? If I can teach you how to become an authority of skincare, weight loss, and I don't mean the number one authority, okay? You don't have to beat Dr. Oz, in health and wellness for you to build a large network marketing team, okay? You don't have to. All right, and that's a misconception. People think that when I say authority, they mean the number one authority. All right, if you want to talk about motivational stuff, guess what? You're not beating Oprah. It's not happening. But you could still build a very large business and not be the number one person in that category. Okay, you can. We've done it. We've showed people how to do it. And so pick. And here's how you pick. Now this is a place where a lot of people struggle. You pick what it is that you love to talk about. And so a lot of people, let's just use an example. So a lot of people are in health and wellness, right? They're in a health and wellness network marketing company. So a common question is, well, Ray, should I talk about my, health and wellness products, or should I talk about network marketing? Or should I talk about both? Should I create 2 sites and do both? Anyone ever struggle with any of those questions? I'm just curious. I'm going to check in on you. Anyone ever struggle with those questions? Those are common questions. We get them all the time. We get them every single day. Right, so I think you guys aren't being honest, but I know people struggle with those questions, and that's why we answer them for you. So, one, you should never ever, ready for this? Never ever ever start off building 2 different marketing channels. Don't do it. Don't do it. And I'll tell you, I did create a second blog, but it was only, this is kind of funny, this is only after my first blog was generating over $1 million a year. But guess what? Even though I'm a freak of nature when it comes to content, I couldn't keep 2 blogs going. I just couldn't. Now maybe you're better than me. Maybe you can create content better than I can, and maybe you're more fired up. I don't know. But I couldn't keep up 2 different blogs. So I highly suggest you not. And don't mix the 2. It's one of the killers of marketing. If you have a blog and you're in a health and wellness network marketing company, if you have a blog and one blog is about the ORAC score of Tibetan blueberries and the next one's about making money on Craigslist, right? Who's going to follow that? You're not the Huffington Post, okay? You're not some big media conglomerate that has so much traffic that you can appease to all kinds of different people. You're the small fry. Just like where I started. I started as the small fry. I had no following, no email list, and I just started consistently pumping out things that, would attract my target market, which is network marketers, okay? So pick whatever it is that you feel excited to talk about for longer periods of time. Because the truth is, anything works if you do it consistently. Believe me, if I wanted to, I could talk about making candlesticks, and if I was consistent at that, I would build a business. I assure you. Anything works if you're consistent about it. Now, one of the things, and we'll get into content, we're not there yet. So you got to pick what it is that you want to become an authority of. What is it that you want to provide value to? What piece of the marketplace do you want to provide value to? And then we'll get into content. Now, you want to ask yourself, okay, what's the type of person? What do they like? What do they struggle with? What are their problems? What is the type of person that I'm wanting to attract to me? And what do they struggle with? What desires do they have? What problems do they have? What obstacles do they have? So if you are someone that wants to attract women that want to lose weight, right? Just an example. So you could have articles about, how to get in bikini shape, how to get rid of the muffin top, how to, how to, whatever, right? You get the point, right? You could come up with, different scenarios, how to get rid of cellulite, how to fill in the blank. You could talk about that. Now, one key component when it comes to content is a phrase that we created years ago now. I think it was maybe 3 or 4 years ago, but it's ILT, invest, learn, teach. So you invest your time and possibly money to learn things, imagine that, and then you teach them, okay? You teach them. This is why we have grown so quickly. It's quite frankly, I would say it's the #1 reason why we're an Inc. 5000 company, right? One of the fastest growing companies in America, our coaching and training business. And the reason is we now know it's a cycle. The more that I invest in my education, the more that I learn, the more I'm able to teach you guys. And the more I'm able to teach you guys, the larger my audience grows, the more clients we get, the more customers we get, the more students we get, the more attention we get. It's a really cool cycle. So we know we have budgeted an obscene amount of money to invest in our education every single year. And we'll do that every year, probably till I die. And so ILT means you may not know 50,000 different things to talk about in regards to the topic you're wanting to go after. So you're going to have to invest some time and possibly money to learn some things on what you can talk about. Okay? So it isn't just what do you currently know. Like, think about that. If I had started my journey back in 2009 of creating content and said, all right, well, this is all I know about network marketing, so I'm limited to this. No, I learned every single month. I'm buying courses, I'm attending events, I'm getting coaching, I'm getting mentoring, etc. Right? So the first 2 steps are all up here. It's all, what am I going to become an authority of? Okay, not #1 authority, probably never reach that, right? Not #1 authority, you don't have to be, okay? An authority, someone that educates. That's the fastest way to become an authority, is be an educator. Look at, I know some of you, I know I do, if you look back at grade school, middle school, high school, maybe even college, there are probably some teachers that you really respect and really look up to. Why is that? Well, that's an authority position. When you teach people things, you are an authority, right? If people listen, you're teaching things, you're a type of authority, just like a doctor, an attorney, et cetera. And there's different levels, obviously, judges, there's different levels of authorship, but you are an authority when you are educating people and teaching people and bringing them along the way. So, step 1, what is it you want to become the authority of? Step 2, the people that you are trying to attract to you, your target market, what do they struggle with? What are their problems? What are their obstacles? What are their desires? What are the things that they stumble and bumble with? What are the things that are problems to them? And for you to be a business, right, you need to solve problems. Businesses solve problems, okay? Now, if you said to me, well, Ray, I'm really fired up about Nancy Drew, books. Nancy Drew books are just awesome and I love talking about them. Okay, well, go for it, right? But what problem are you actually solving if you want to create a business? Now, there is a whole nother category out there that most of us can't really tap into, and that is entertainment. Okay? If you are extremely talented as a writer or a singer or a songwriter or a guitar player or something like that, then some of these rules don't even apply to you because you're blessed with talent. Okay? I don't know that. I mix in some humor into some of my videos. I don't think I can make a full-time living off being a comedian or something like that, right? So there is entertainment. It's over there. Now, if you can mix it into your education, very, very powerful. But if you are to be a business, you need to solve problems. What problems are you solving? So on a daily basis, we solve the problems of, what to say when prospecting, how to recruit more people, how to implement marketing that works, how to use social media to grow your network marketing business, and lots of other things. So we're constantly solving problems. That's why our business grows. That's why we have a business. We're solving problems, okay? And so there you go. Number 3, then you start to create content. Now, how do you create content? Look at the people that their problems that they have, and you may either know like how to overcome them, or you may need to do some research. You may need to do some homework. Get immersed in that profession. If you are someone that you're wanting to be an authority around, skincare, okay, then guess what? You need to be, getting skincare magazines. You need to be paying attention to skincare books. You need to be paying attention to the latest, Dr. Oz, episode around skincare. You need to be paying attention to articles that come around the world that talk about dangerous chemicals in skincare, makeup, etc. And so you need to pay attention and immerse yourself into that profession. You will not become an authority in anything if you're not immersed in that thing. Okay? You got to be immersed. If you want to become an authority, you got to be immersed. Okay? Now, at this point, now you get into infrastructure. Okay? See, a lot of people, they're like, you know what, I'm going to get a blog, but they haven't done the first 3 steps, so it fails. They don't know who they're targeting, they don't know what problems they're solving, and they don't even know what category they want to become an authority of. So they fail. They buy, I'm going to get an email autoresponder, I'm going to get a website. Without those 3 steps, none of that matters. It doesn't matter. If you're not purposely positioning yourself as an authority in a category, and you're not targeting a specific type of person, and you're not solving those problems, what hope do you have? Just having a website isn't enough. You need to do that upfront mental work. You need to do that little bit of homework, okay? And so when we get into infrastructure, there are a few things that you need. Now, internet marketing is a low-cost option, okay? It's not a no-cost option. Many people are going broke, consuming free stuff, right? They're trying to do everything for free. And so they see something like an email autoresponder for $20 a month, and they're like, oh my God, $20 a month, no, is there a free option, right? Sometimes free is your most expensive option. And let me tell you, I heard a quote, I forget who said this, but I heard a quote a long time ago. It said, poor people can't afford to buy cheap things. Okay? Poor people can't afford to buy cheap things. Because you know what I've noticed? I've noticed people that are pretty limited on resources. Everything they do is calculated by price, not value, price. And so they get a car that's really, really cheap that breaks down the next week that requires more of their money. Think about that, okay? If they just had bought a little bit better car, they wouldn't have to expend yet more money. Poor people can't afford to buy cheap things, okay? And internet marketing is low cost, not no cost. Now, fortunately for you, you're not buying a Domino's pizza franchise, which is $250,000. You're not buying a 7-Eleven franchise, which is $1 million. You're not buying a McDonald's, which is over $1 million and $100,000 to attend Hamburger University. You're not buying a pizza restaurant with a brick oven is $80,000, right? You're setting up for a few $100s. You're setting up 3 things. You need a website, you need an email autoresponder, and you need domain hosting. That's what you need. Now, these 3 things, not super expensive. Like, I assure you, any restaurant, even a crappy one, spends more money on their probably tablecloths. Probably tablecloths, definitely silverware, definitely chairs, definitely signage, okay? Any other business spends way more money than you have to spend to use internet marketing to build your network marketing team. It's true. It's not no cost, it's low cost, okay? And if you're constantly looking for the freest, most cheapest thing, you're going to have an uphill battle, okay? You're going to have an uphill battle. From there, you start to pay attention to the problems of that market, you start to provide content to that marketplace, and you give them ways, this is a key component, you give them ways for them to raise their hand. This is a very, very big concept. A lot of people, they say, well, Ray, if I'm creating all this content, when do I make money, right? Well, there's a few different ways you can do it, okay? But the most powerful way that you can do it is show people ways for them to raise their hand. What does that mean? That means that you're going to provide content on a mass basis. Do you care who consumes your content? You don't care, right? You hope as many people as possible consume it, right? But you're going to allow ways for them to raise their hand. So you're going to say things like, hey, if you've ever, looked for ways to make additional money from home, feel free to reach out to me. That's a way for someone to raise their hand. You can have, different ways of you could say in your video, you could do a video, live stream, blog post, whatever you want. You could have a video, and at the end of the video, you say, hey, by the way, if you like these 7 ways to lose fat during the winter, I have 10 more ways. Feel free to email me, and I'll send those over to you. That's another way for people to raise their hand. What do you do with the people that raise their hand? Key concept. This is where you make money, okay? You generate a lead. That's getting people to raise their hand. Could be through a lead capture page if you want to get fancy schmants, right? Or it could just be email me. It could just be private message me. It could be send me a message through Facebook. You generate a lead. You connect with the lead. When someone messages you saying, hey, I'd like that other report, or hey, I'd like those 10 other ways to lose weight, okay? You connect with them and say, oh, more than happy to send it over to you. Just curious, how much weight you looking to lose? Hey, I got five other ways to make your makeup beautiful, right? Hey, cool, I'm happy to send you over this thing. Just curious, are you passionate about skincare? Are you passionate about blah, 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 blah? You get the point. I could give you 50 different examples here, okay? So you generate a lead, get them to raise their hand, reaching out to you, entering their email name and phone number, messaging you, whatever, right? Generate a lead, connect with the lead, determine the need. Determine the need. So anytime when I was actively building a network marketing business, I never knew what I was going to sell them, right, when I got on the phone with them. And sometimes we determined that I didn't have anything to sell them, okay? But I would connect with them, find out what was their need. What did they, now, if I connect with somebody and they're super fired up about their network marketing company, awesome, way to go. I'm not gonna say, ooh, join mine. Mine's way better, it's a better comp plan. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna flip them, right? That's not my style. Maybe, I don't know if it's your style or not, but if it is, whatever. Not my style. I connect with them, I listen, put on my Judge Judy listening ears, and see where it is that they're struggling, and then I connect with them, I determine the need, and I say, you know what, like a doctor, like an authority, based on what you've said, it sounds to me like this would be your best option and could help you out the most. And sometimes I was joining my team, sometimes it was buying a product, sometimes it was going through one of my trainings, right? Generate a lead, connect with a lead, determine the need. That is your key. So, first of all, was this valuable? Was this helpful so far? Good? Does this open up some mind things? Now, the importance of that email list, very, very big. Very big, okay? We don't have to wonder if we're going to get traction to any of our blog posts or any of our content or sell products when we roll out new trainings, because we've built a 200,000 person email list using exactly what I've just shared with you. Exactly. No derivation, right? Now there are some specifics in the setup of all these different things, but using the model I just shared with you, we built a 200,000 email list, right? Hitting 5,000. We've generated over $10 million in the last 3 years. Now, you may not want to sell additional training. Maybe you only want to focus on growing your network marketing team. Hallelujah. No problem with that. Well, my favorite way of recruiting is to create marketing that gets people reaching out to me. So, I hope you got value from this. If you'd like to know, screen by screen, step by step, exactly, no punches pulled, no holds barred, exactly how to set this up for your network marketing company, for you to grow your network marketing team, for you to have the best year you've ever had in your entire life, I highly suggest you check out our event we're doing in February. It's called the Personal Branding and Marketing Bootcamp, and it's February 10th through 12th in Orlando, Florida. I'm going to be showing you behind the scenes exactly how we set up all of our marketing. In fact, this morning I had a talk with my VP of marketing. He's going to share how we repurpose our content, how we take a piece of video or a piece of audio and we repurpose it and use it in other places. He's actually going to show you exactly what we do. So if you'd like to know how to set all of this stuff up, and maybe from this broadcast you know enough and you can just set it up on your own, I would guess that you could get some additional benefit from the event. I highly encourage you to come. This is our marketing event. This is the only marketing event we do of the year. So if you want to learn marketing, my #1 favorite way of recruiting, check out rayhigdon.com/bootcamp. That's rayhigdon.com/bootcamp. And this is not a 10, 20,000 person event. This is, it'll be a fairly intimate crowd, and we're going to go screen by screen and show you how to set it up for 2017. And that's what we're going to do. I think you'll absolutely love it. If you want to explode your network marketing team and have your upline saying, what the hell are you doing? Show me, then I'm going to share with you exactly how to do that. So I hope you got value. Whether you decide to come to the event or not, I hope you got value from this. Feel free to tag a teammate. Feel free to share. Appreciate you guys so very much. Happy New Year, and I hope you guys are crushing it. Talk to you soon. Bye.